Hi everybody, this review is on Mickey 17. So the plot of this movie is this guy named Mickey Barnes, played by Robert Pattinson, joins this futuristic space colony and volunteers to become an expendable, which is basically a person who goes on a deadly mission and they clone you every time you die and dispose of your other body while all your memories still get intact with your new body and your new clone. But the 17th clone of Mickey is tasked to capture these aliens called creepers, and he realizes his purpose because in one room he finds another version of Mickey who's Mickey 18, and it's revealed to him that his true purpose of being part of this space adventure is not necessarily to get a bunch of these aliens, although it really is, also but is also a way to kill off a bunch of people using them as clones. And there's this politician played by Mark Ruffalo who wants to kill all clones and also performs experiments and tortures on the creepers. And Mickey and his clone start to realize, should we trust each other, even though Mickey 18 is more evil and aggressive than the other Mickey 17 questions whether he should team up with him or if he should go against him and forget saving all these aliens and find out just what the purpose of this mission really is and if they should go against it. This was a really interesting movie. I thought it was pretty neat. I mean, this movie is based on a book, so I've heard, which I had no idea until like probably like roughly like maybe a week after this movie came out. I found out it was based on a book. But either way, I thought it was an interesting concept for a movie. Somebody who gets sent to space and is cloned a bunch of times and just for the sake of going on deadly space missions. That's kind of an interesting idea for a film. I mean, I know you could probably argue there's not a lot of tension because if somebody dies, you know that they're just going to be born again. But the idea is kind of interesting by keeping your memories intact and basically progressing as a human and not questioning what the experiments are doing to you. So I think it kind of does raise a lot of good tension when you realize that Mickey's probably unaware that he's been sent to die because not knowing you're able to die is in a way kind of scary because you don't feel any danger. You're basically unaware that you're being used for pain. So it's kind of an interesting idea of how the whole story is about Mickey's exploring what he's really used for and if he should really trust all these people who are sending him off to space, thinking, are they really believing in me or are they just using me as an excuse to kill someone off? And yeah, and the interactions Robert Pattinson has with, well, Robert Pattinson, the dual role is very good. I really liked the two Mickeys. Mickey 17 is basically what you'd expect. He's just kind of the likable Robert Pattinson character. Mickey 17, he's kind of okay, he's definitely more subtle. When he is a more evil, more aggressive type character, but he's not like so exaggerated and in your face. But he does kind of slowly have like those tendencies to be more vicious and a little less, well, moral than Mickey 17. But there's some really good interactions with the two of them, and I really like how they're not portrayed as just one guy and an evil clone of a guy who just go against each other. Sometimes they debate, should they team up? Are the people in charge really who we should be going after? And there's also this one girl that's friends with Mickey, and she of course, kind of gets confused with the whole situation of Mickey being cloned. And there's a lot of good interactions she has with Mickey. I mean, she doesn't do I guess she does do have a big part in the movie. She does help Mickey with all the aliens and stuff, but she doesn't really have like any super memorable roles. And like the actress did fine, but but Robert Pattinson was really the standout. His double role and the fact that he could just be average mild mannered guy, and then once he's the psychotic, really abrasive man is just it's really interesting seeing the two sides of Robert Pattinson type characters because I think that's what makes him such a talented actor. I mean, yes, I know Twilight sucked, but that movie wasn't his fault. I think Robert Pattinson can be a really good actor. I mean, I wasn't really a fan of The Lighthouse, but his performance wasn't the problem. It was just a weird film and not my kind of thing. But this one, I did quite like it. I thought it was a fitting role for him, where he's a young man, but he's kind of put in a weird situation, and he's really dealing with a lot of strange and surreal scenarios around him, and it makes him question a lot of stuff. And even a lot of the stuff with the aliens was pretty cool. It's not focused on as much, but the alien designs were pretty cool. They're like these giant pill bug type creatures, and like they looked really cool. Like most aliens you see in media have the same design, so I kind of like how there's some movies kind of like this, Star Wars and stuff, where the aliens look weird and different. They don't all have to be humanoid. They can all look be in various shapes and sizes, and it was really cool that there was a lot of more sci-fi fantasy within this movie. It wasn't just, oh, there's space visuals and there's cloning, there's fantasy. I thought the alien stuff, it didn't feel forced. Like it actually felt like a good, interesting concept, because it actually even makes you feel bad for these weird, disgusting aliens. So it's kind of a weird movie that makes you kind of question who to root for, and also, are is the whole cloning process right? Is it humane? It really makes you question this weird deal that Mickey has to go with, because on the one hand, dying but being able to survive is all it does have its advantages, but also it's it seems kind of bad when you think about it. So it's a good story about showing the good and the bad of a situation where you don't technically die. So yeah, Mickey 17, it was a odd film, but it was quite funny, surprisingly. I don't think this movie was meant to be a comedy, but just because a movie's not meant to be a comedy, that doesn't mean it can't be funny. So yeah, it was funny, it was interesting, it was very bizarre, but I had a lot of fun with it. And Robert Pattinson's dual role, it definitely makes the movie worth it. I mean, all everyone else did great. Like Mark Ruffalo, I said, was a great villain, and Tony Collette was really good as always. But Robert Pattinson is what really steals the show, and I'm glad he's really picked himself up after Twilight, and he's moved on to way better stuff. I think he's a really good actor. So yeah, Mickey 17, it's a really fun film. It's weird, bizarre, but it's that makes it all the more fun, inventive, and if you like space films that aren't afraid to get weird, this is a film for you. All right, the trailers I got before the movie. Uh, Death of a Unicorn. This one looks pretty funny. It's with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. It's like they run over a unicorn on the, and then like the unicorn's like a zombie or something. It looked really strange, but it looked funny. I think I'll see this. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters, but if if it's if I have the chance to see it in theaters, I will. It looks like something I'd want to see if I'm in the mood for a laugh. It looks like just the kind of bizarrely funny film that I sometimes crave when I'm in the mood for something so bizarre that I just have to laugh. So yeah, Death of a Unicorn. I have hope for this one. Until Dawn, which is a horror film based on a game I have never heard of, so I don't really have any strong feelings about it. But maybe it's okay. I don't know. I guess I'll have to see later on. F1. Maybe I might see this. I don't know. I'm not really a racing person, although I mean, I did like Gran Turismo. I thought that movie was pretty good. But F1, like, I'm not really into racing, but like, there's some sports films that I do enjoy, and Brad Pitt's always good. So I might see F1. I don't know if I will, but I might have. I might give it a shot. I guess we'll see what happens. And I got Sinners, which is coming out in like 2 weeks or something, isn't it? Yeah, I want to see Sinners. I think this movie looks really cool. Michael B. Jordan. This is another film where he's in a dual role, except he's not playing a clone. He's playing two brothers. But it'll be great seeing, the vampire genre start to return. Hopefully that means a Blade movie will come out finally. But it looks quite good. And also Haley Steinfeld's in it. And if you know me, I always like to see her. So yeah, Sinners, I'm looking forward to this one. I don't know if it'll be amazing, but I think it'll be good. Ryan Coogler's directing it, and it's a vampire film in a time where we don't really get those anymore. So, yeah, I'm pretty hopeful for Sinners. I think it looks good. So, yeah, Mickey 17, I know it's not doing well currently, and I don't even know if it's going to be a success by the time it's done. By the time it's done, it's probably going to bomb, but either way, if you like Robert Pattinson or if you like Bong Joon Ho, because he directed this film, I haven't seen anything he's done besides Parasite, which I did really like. Although I did that, I didn't like this quite as much as Parasite, but it was still a good film. Or if you just like weird alien films or sci fi films, this is one to check out. I think it's a really fun film and it has a great dual performance from Robert Pattinson and some really good effects. So it's a fun time at the movies. I don't know if this will make my top 10 by the end of the year, but I think for the first half of the year, maybe it'll probably remain as one of my favorites. But Mickey 17, it was quite a good film. It was unique, a little bit bizarre, but still a lot of fun and quirky, and that's really all you want in a sci-fi film. So, yeah, Mickey 17 was a pretty good time at the movies. So, yeah, so I'll catch you later with whatever I got up my sleeve next. So take care.